I got another snowmobile. And this one I got for free. Here's how I did it. Earlier in the year, well, last year, 3, 4 months ago, I went to a cottage that was, it was for sale. They were moving out and they had to have it all gone by like, I think it was like the next day. That was their last day. They had to be out of there. And they still had snowmobiles, snowblowers, four-wheelers, gas cans, chairs, canoes, kayaks, all that stuff. Anything you'd have at a cottage, that's what they had there still. Anyway, went there. I would have bought the four-wheelers, but they were already sold. I bought 2 snowmobiles, snowblower, and a whole bunch of other stuff, small stuff, gas cans, zero gravity chairs, ice fishing gear, fishing rods, a bunch of other stuff, but it don't matter, and I can't remember. So I paid $1,700 for all that. So really, I'm just considering 2 snowmobiles and a snowblower, $1,700. The rest of the stuff just freebies. So there was the Yamaha that I didn't keep very long, but I did get it running. Put a little bit of fuel line on it and a bit of gas. So I put about $5 into that. Got it running, driving. Not great, but enough. Somebody came and gave me $900 for it. So there's $900. The Polaris did a little bit more work to that. All the fuel lines in the tank, under the hood, I had to do like oil lines, fuel lines, plugs. That's it. So what's that? $10, $15 a parts, and a couple hours labor into that Polaris. Rode it like for a month, every couple days. For I don't know, I must have put 300-400 miles on it for the time I had it. I just sold that for $2,500. So, well, I'm already making money on my my $1,700 that I spent originally. Then the snowblower, Cub Cadet snowblower. Here's a picture of that. Oh, and here's a picture of the Polaris. And here's a picture of the Yamaha. This is non-running, but like super light use, but sat outside. So everything was sort of starting to rust and it needed some attention like right now. So I gave it some attention, took the carb off, cleaned it, put it back on, put some gas in it. It ran. Sold that for $400 yesterday. So a grand total, $3,800. Not profit yet, but $3,800 that I've put back in my pocket from the 17 that I originally spent. So you take the 38, take the 17 from it, put that back in the bank because that's not profit. That's what I had to spend to get that $3,800. That leaves me with $2,100. So this thing pops up the other day for he was asking $2,100 for it, and I said I'll give you 15. He said no, I'll give you 2. I said no, I'll give you 19. Gave him 19 for it. It runs, drives, doesn't need a thing. There's not a rip in the well, there is a rip in the seat, but it's not very big. There's no tape on the seat yet. Low kilometers, got 4,800 on it. Original owner. There's not a crack in the plastic. Paint's not even worn off down here. So, to me, I'm up. Like, I got this for free because that's out of my profit. I've already taken my 17 and put it back away. This is out of my profit of $2,100. So that's 19 gone. I still got $200. So I got this for free, and I got $200 for premium fuel for the rest of the winter and oil. That's the long-winded version of how I just sort of get things for nothing with minimal work. Like, it's not like I had to take that snow blower and put a new bearing in it and a shear pin and take the engine apart and put a new all I did was take the carb off, shake it with a little bit of degreaser or whatever in it, put it back on, it runs. Like, anyway. So here it is, a little bit of a closer look. So 4870.9. So she'll have 4871 by the time she gets rolled out of the garage. Like, just look at everything. Like, it's all, that's still shiny. Like, it's not, usually they're all sort of dull red. So it's a 97 Rotax 583 Formula Z, whatever you want to say. It needs carbides. It don't steer. It's got a 1.5-inch track with lots of life. Buddy waxed it and everything. You can still see like all the wax on the edge of all the decals and stuff. Like, it smells like turtle. So then you got your seat. Like, she's starting to go now. That's not all the way through to the foam, but what I'll probably take a piece of Gorilla Tape, cut it in half because I don't want a 2-inch piece. I'll put that back together and just put a little piece there, here, that way there. I know this looks better than tape, but the tape will, like, if I ride that the rest of the winter, that's going to be a hole. So she's in good shape all the way around. And under here is no different. Super clean. I see a new gasket here, so whatever. But I mean, look at the exhaust. Like, a lot of times that'll be all pitted. She is in good shape. I've got a couple spare plugs. Old piece of rope off a fishing boat. Got your fuel on and off here. Now, he said he had the carbs off it, did the needles and seats or whatever, but I mean, yesterday, fired up, ran. I didn't take it for a ride other than off the trailer into here, but it was definitely a taken care of machine. And here, that used to be the primer location. Now he just moved it down here, I guess. I don't know. Maybe he didn't like this area. I don't know what the reason is, but there it is. Here's your key. Doesn't have electric start, but he said, I don't know much about these, but he said you're able to add the electric start if you want. I probably won't, but I got a crack here. Got the toolkit. It was just an older guy. He said he bought this new, and so bought it new in '97. Actually, from a guy sort of 3 towns over, but now that guy works at a dealership in town. This guy would have been my age when he bought this thing. He said he paid $7,000 for it. And he said he used it lots, but now he's to the age where it just sits and it's in his way. So he had a couple classic cars that he likes working on now, and he said this thing's just sort of in his way. He's tripping over it and he doesn't ride it, so it's time to go on to somebody else. I told him I would make good use of it. He heard me say I'd never sell that, so I'll say it about this. I'll never sell this, but I'm going to post that for sale later today. So I'm going to suit up and I'll take this thing around and we'll see how it works. It is minus 35 Celsius outside today. That is freezing cold. So I don't think it's going to be a long run, but we'll see how she goes.